Hi everyone, this is a bonus episode on Them Yarns. If you've listened to our last episode, go back and listen because you would have heard me say I'm not hiding my dogs anymore, okay? Let me introduce you to my dogs. One of them is Stevie Nicks. Now, I got Stevie Nicks when she was 1 year old. I used to be her dog walker. So, fun fact, I used to live in an apartment building with my ex-partner and my brother, and we couldn't have dogs. And I love dogs. I wanted a dog so bad. So I said, I'm going to go and walk dogs. So I signed up for a dog walking thing. Anyway, Stevie Nicks comes up, and she was my first and only match on the dog website that I signed up to be a dog walker on. And she lived like 5 minutes from my house. And so I used to go and pick her up, and I used to get paid to walk her. It was like $10 a walk. And she used to live in this garage. My poor baby. She lived in this apartment, like a unit, and her owner, it wasn't her fault, but she used to work like late nights. So she worked in the city and she didn't have time. So you can think about it's an energetic Staffy Cross girl. And she was only one. She was only a puppy. And she used to leave her in this car garage all day on cement in a car garage, carport. And she'd just be in there with like toys and like no air. She wasn't like overheating or anything, but she would lock her in there because she couldn't keep her in the house. So I'd go and pick her up and I'd take her for walks and and then eventually I just started keeping her at my house longer and longer. It was only meant to be an hour, and I'd say, I'm just going to keep her to the afternoon till you finish work, and then I can drop her off or whatever, because I didn't want to take her back to the carport. So she would just used to hang out with us at home. Anyway, got to the point like 6 months goes by of like walking her, and we got really like bonded with this girl. And then her owner at the time said, I'm moving back to the UK, and I can't take Stevie Nicks. I'm going to have to give her up to the RSPCA. And I said, absolutely not. We bonded with this dog. So we moved house, and I said, give it to us. We'll look after her. And she did. She said, I'd love for you guys to have her if you want her. So we took her, and I've had her since she was 1. She's now turning 9 this month of July. My baby, Stevie Nicks. So I want you to meet her. So Stevie, come here. Stevie, come. Now, you'll hear, you ready? You're going to hear her in a minute. She's going to start barking because she's just lost her ball. Oh, no, she's found it. God damn it. Stevie, come. Come here. Can you say hello? That's Stevie Nicks. Stevie, now she's wrecking my microphone. Okay, relax. She's got a ball right now. She's smashing me. I'm friggin' getting nails in my legs. Stop it, please. Stop this, please. Stevie, say something. Yeah. Say something. Yeah, okay. She can actually talk. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, let me tell you about Marlo. Now, Marlo's sitting right beside me as we speak. Marlo, can you say something? Say, oh, no. She's trying to bite the mic. Cool. Anyway, so they're playing with the ball right now. That's the scuffling you're hearing in the background. I thought I would just introduce you to them because on the episodes of the podcast that you hear in the background, there's just a lot of tip-tapping. There's a lot of barking. I've been trying to mask it, okay? I've been muting it. I've been editing it. I've been trying to be professional, but my dogs won't allow it. So I thought, as a bonus episode for you guys, I would dedicate a little ep to the girls, the main Brindle babes. They're called. They're both Brindle, both adopted, both hard-headed. I feel like they're exactly me in dog form. Very naughty, very cheeky, talk back, all of them things. Now I feel like I'm attacking myself. Wow, why did I hurt myself like that? Anyway, so let me tell you about Marlo. So Marlo, I saw, so we had Stevie Nicks at this point, right? I had Stevie Nicks. She was 1 year and a bit living with us. We moved house to have Stevie, big backyard for the Staffy, now paying extra rent to have a dog, all that jazz. Then I see, yep, you can hear that in the background probably. It is ramping up, the wrestling of the ball behind me with the girls, ramping up. Anyway, so we got Marlo, right? So I saw Marlo on a Staffy website, like a Staffy rescue page in Brisbane. If you ever are looking to adopt, great page. I seen her on this website and she had these, she just looked like a real neglected little thing, you know, and she was brindle and she had these really beautiful eyes and these big ears and she just, I don't know, she stood out to me and it was in one of those things like a little collage of like 9 dogs, you know, and Marla was on there and it said Marla and she was like just looking like someone adopt me. Anyway, she was up there for ages and I think she was close to 1 year old. She was still kind of a puppy at this stage. And someone said that it was on the page and someone said, oh, that's right. She got adopted. So she was up for foster. Then somebody adopted her and they were like, yay, Marla's been adopted. And I was like, oh, thank God. Because I was looking at her and I was like, oh, I really want her. Like, she's so cute, but no, I don't know if I want a second dog. Anyway, someone said on the thing, yep, she's been adopted. How great. Anyway, a couple of weeks goes by. Marlo's adoption hasn't worked out. Unfortunately, she's back up for adoption. I'm thinking, no. And at this point, she was up there for ages. All the other dogs had been adopted in that little thing and she had not been adopted. So I was like, stuff this. I said, I'm going to see her. I messaged the thing. They said, yeah, look, she got adopted by a couple, but she is a fence jumper. She can jump fences. And I'm like, what? And at the time, my fence was not that high. So I'm thinking, if I get this dog, I'm going to have to do up the fence. Like, it's a bit of commitment. So I thought, look, I'll just meet her. I said, yeah, can I come and meet her? Yeah, come and meet her. So I take Stevie Nicks. Me and Stevie Nicks drive out to Eagleby, right, the ghetto. Shout out Logan. So we go down and she's living in this foster home with these other foster dogs. And she came to me and she sat between my legs and she looked up at me with these friggin' eyes, these big eyes that she's got. And she was just like so loving and was just so happy. She wanted to meet Stevie Nicks. Can I tell you, Stevie Nicks was not impressed. She did not care. She went past, seen Marlo, kept running. You have to understand, Stevie Nicks was a single child. She did not know we were going there to potentially have a sibling come along. So Stevie was like, yeah, cool backyard. What are you? Who are you? Bye. She was cruising around running. Marlo just straight away came to me and I was like, now I've got to have her. Anyway, I put the paperwork in and she was mine. And can I tell you, naughtiest dog ever. So when dogs get comfortable with you, once they've been adopted and all that stuff, people think like, you know, and when I say naughtiest dog, when I say this, I mean as in she does cheeky things. She's very cheeky. But it's because now she feels safe and she feels loved and she has her forever home. So her cheeky side comes out and now she barks back, she talks back, she does a woo-woo, she, you know, thinks she owns the bed. Like, I tell you, these girls, they're my besties. I love them. They run amok every time we go to record Them Yarns, a podcast. So I thought I'd just introduce you to the girls so you know who's in the background. Now you know. You know, the other week we had an episode that it crashed. So I promised you a bonus ep. This is it. Take it or leave it. But, you know, I think it's a great episode. The girls. You met the girls. And they are very much a part of the podcast because when we're recording, they come in to the room, start messing around. Generally, Stevie Nicks kicks it off. She's the one at night. She's the 9-year-old. Can you please? Marlo is, she's 6 this year. Stevie, on the other hand, she is an absolute menace, supposed to be the eldest, and she is Staffy Cross, all of the things, and she just, she's an instigator. She will run amok. She'll go in, like if I leave the bathroom door open, she's in there getting the toilet paper. She'll get the toilet paper roll, the empty roll. If that's not closed, like if that's closed and she's got nothing else to get, she'll try and find a ball. If she can't find a ball, she's getting a towel. She's finding a blanket. And then she'll generally run in here, stir up Marlo. Marlo then gets involved and it's on. And this is while I'm trying to record the podcast. And I've been nice, you know. I've been trying to be professional. I've been trying to be radio host of the year. I don't know what for. Podcaster of the year here with no background noises when this is a black ass podcast. So, you're going to hear the noises and you're going to be thinking, what the hell is that in the background? That's what it is. All right. It's my little hard-headed dogs who are very much a part of the podcast. So if you hear any tip-tappities in the next few eps and onwards, that's who it is. All right. I'm not hiding it anymore. I'm not editing out my girls. All right. They're a part of it. Aaron can't hear it because he's been a gurry. He's deaf. So that's fine. It doesn't bother him. Doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, then you're dead to me because my dogs are everything, okay? If the worst part is, if I kick them out, if I shut the door on the dogs, it's 10 times worse. They're banging on the door, brah. I'm not joking. They bang on the door. They'll run amok outside. I'll probably go outside and there'll be like no floorboards left. So there's no way that I'm closing the door on these dogs. It's just easier to let them come in, run amok behind me, and you all just get to be part of that. So you're welcome. That's the story of the Brynda Babes. And do they have their own Instagram page? Yes, they do. And everyone goes, why would you have your own dog page? Shut up. Okay? I have my own dog page because I do. And it's also because Stevie Nicks' first owner, we still keep in touch with her. She went back to the UK. And, that's the way we sent her photos. So she had a little Instagram to look at, and Miss Stevie and all that. So they have their own Instagram page if you want to follow them, see their little shenanigans. That's what I call their little shenanigans. Marlo, can you do a woo? Here we go. Ready, Marlo? Do one woo-woo for the exit. Come on, wrap it up. Final words. Marlo, ready? Marlo, come. Marlo, ready? Do a woo-woo. Oh, any other time I'm trying to do this podcast, use a make a noise. When I give you the mic, go. Ready? All right, with that, we're out. Follow us, the Brindle Babes Australia on Instagram. That's the girls, and they're going to be in the podcast on them yarns. One more time, Marlo. You ready? I'm going to do the exit song. Ready, Marlo? Go. Do it. One more time. Ready?